Alright guys, today we're gonna be reacting to how to make a liverwurst, step-by-step guide and recipe. Thank you so much for the support guys, I really appreciate you guys' support. We're gonna simply react to this video about more recipes or German recipes. Thank you so much so far. We almost at 4,000 subscribers. My journey for the 10,000 subscribers is still on, but help me get to that 4,000. I'm gonna really appreciate it. Meantime guys, let's see what's going on here. Let's jump in.
This video will show you how to make liverwurst, and you need pork belly, pork back fat, and pork shoulder. And then of course you need liver, which is basically pork liver in my case. And then for the spices, I have caramelized onions. I just fried them for around 10 minutes. And then we have marjoram, white pepper, cardamom, ginger, and mace. And then I also have salt and cure. And that's it. Then we can start. First of all, like always, cut the meat into strips. The strips will make it easier for the meat grinder, and the size is dependent on how big your meat grinder is. Just make sure that everything fits in. Okay, so the next step, because liverwurst or Leberwurst in German is a pre-cooked sausage, we need to cook it. To do so, I put it into sealable bags, and you can also vacuum it if you want to. And then I cook them in a sous vide for around 70 minutes at 76 degrees Celsius or 169 Fahrenheit. You can also cook it in a pot, but then you need to measure the meat and measure it afterwards because it will lose some moisture. If you want to do so also.
I never thought about this. Wow. Just cooking the meat in a plastic bag.
There's a detailed description
in the
article below. Always have a look that the meat is underwater. I put something on top there, and yeah, then it's time to cook it. Once the meat is cooked, you can put out the bags and then add the liver to the water and poach it. This will help with the taste. It will make it like less rough, less livery, I would say. Just have it like there for 5 minutes and yeah, let it poach through. Afterwards, you can split the meat from the water. We want to have like the meat in one bowl and the water in another bowl.
I guess you were using that flavor
and
for.
Do not discard the water. We need that later
for a gravy or something,
together.
Right?
Okay, then also get the liver out of the poaching liquid. And you can also cut it then into fine strips to get it through the grinder. For the grinding, I use the smallest perforated disc. First get the liver through, and then stop it or switch the bowls and then get all the meat through. This is important because we want to mix the liver first and then add the meat later on. So we have meat in one bowl and the liver in another bowl. And now we can go to the next step, which is basically in a food processor. You put in the liver first, get a spoon and put the whole mixture into it. And then also add the salt and the cure.
And I mean, that's a lot of salt. That's a lot of salt, folks. Some of you guys that really like your stuff to be salty, man. But that's a lot of salt. I'm sorry. That's a lot of salt.
And now you can start mixing for the first time.
Oh, okay.
We want to have the mass really, really smooth and foamy. As you can see, a lot of air gets into it. And then the next step is to add the meat. And you can also add the water, liquid, and also the spices.
So you guys don't throw the water away? Don't you think there's bacteria in it? I mean, it was boiled, so majority of the bacteria is gone. But that's kind of weird. I guess for the flavor, yeah, you'll keep.
And then mix everything together at the highest setting. In the end, you should then have a very fine paste. Don't be afraid that it's too liquid. It will be firmer after we cooked it. To cook it first, we need to fill it in some kind of jars. You can also fill it into a casing. That's completely up to you, but I will use jars because it's easier for me right now. yeah, the filling process is self-explanatory. Just get the mass into it. Just make sure that there is a bit of headspace. Don't make them too full. And what is also important is that there are no air bubbles in it. So you can just put the jar and yeah, push it against your table and just see that the air bubbles go out.
It's even, yeah. So basically, you slam it on the table until it's even.
And then it's time for the final step. We need to boil the jars. It's 2 hours at 100 degrees Celsius, which is 212 Fahrenheit. You don't need to use the sous vide. I made it that way, but now I'm just using a pot and bring the water to a boil. Just make sure that the jars are completely submerged in water, and then snip into your fingers. And with the power of the internet, we have our ready-made Liverwurst. And yeah, you can enjoy. It looks good. I think it's a great recipe. Try it out. Oh wait, I forgot. We also need to try it, of course.
I was about to say, you cannot just simply finish this video without opening and showing us what was the masterpiece. You cannot simply say, oh, this is how you make a masterpiece, but then you don't show how the masterpiece is illustrated.
So I made it on bread, and that's the preferred method of eating this. Let's taste it. Yeah, it's very, very savory. It's like a really, really good taste. It doesn't taste too livery. Don't be afraid of it. It's really good.
Wow.
If you want to try it out, the recipe is in the description below. And yeah, if you like the video, just leave me a comment and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.
I'm surprised he doesn't have a lot of views, because that was not bad. That was very good. That was very good. Liverwurst is so underrated. I grew up on my grandparents' house, and when I couldn't sleep, my grandpa and I would eat the Liverwurst sandwiches. I brought it almost every day. For lunch in elementary school. Okay, nobody ever wanted to trade lunch with me. That's what I'm saying, because it's just raw. It's raw, you know. It's raw liver with pork. Well, it's not raw. It's cooked. You know what? Now that I see it now, it's very good. It's not bad. It's already cooked. It's nice. Even though I'm okay eating a little bit raw. Most of the time, I like my steak to be raw. Either way, I like a little bit, not bloody kind of feel to things. I don't know how to do with my testosterone. I don't know what it is, but I like it. I just like it. And this looks very good. It looks like a meatloaf kind of texture. That makes sense? Very meatloafy. So this is not bad. I don't know why people would not like it. I'm into it. With the pickle and everything, with a little bit of the mustard. You dig it in with a little bit of coffee in the side. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, that's ready to go. Let me know what you guys see in the comment section below. What do you guys think about the Liverwurst? Do you guys think it's a good idea, or you guys don't like it? I would love to hear you guys' opinion. In the meantime, I'll see you in the next one.